Not be this out of touch. I mean, you don't have to have some masterful plan or some extraordinary leader to at least have the basics down of what we should be doing right now.
What is going on, people, and welcome on another episode today. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing great. And if you're joining for the very first time, thank you so much for being here, and thank you all for your constant support. In today's video, we are going to be talking about this creator that decided to have Jasmine Crockett's mouth in her name just because she was dancing to Kendrick Lamar's music, I think so. A video about a clip of her dancing to Kendrick Lamar's music just went viral, and these people are losing their shit, almost as if she is the reason why the country is where the country is at the moment. Like, literally just pissed at the fact that this lady is happy, and they are just pissed at the fact that so many black people decided to take a back seat and let them handle things, since they are the one who appointed this person into the office. So they are mad that these people are happy or showing happiness even in this storm going on currently. She deleted the video because I can't find it. I trust people will have come for her with the eats that she's calling for. So the video has been deleted off of her page. I can't find the video, and I saw someone said the same thing in the comment section as well. I was able to get someone who stitched to her video because she's asking the question that Jasmine dancing, what does it do for the country? Like, I have put together this clip, so without wasting much time, let's get right into it.
Not be this out of touch. I mean, you don't have to have some masterful plan or some extraordinary leader to at least have the basics down of what we should be doing right now when we're going through this. To watch a bunch of Democrats create a compilation of dancing videos where they're all dancing with each other. All the ones who held up paddles at the State of the Union, and I'm including Jasmine, she was in there too. You can't honestly think that that's even remotely appropriate right now, when we are watching authoritarianism take hold, like spreading worse than the COVID virus. It's everywhere. We're watching all of our tax dollars get sucked up by the wealthy in the biggest mass wealth transfer. We're watching our rights being stripped away. We're watching criminals in the White House ignoring court orders. And your response is to make dancing videos. Who in America is going to be inspired?
To answer your question, I am. Now, real progressive, I'm an independent. I'm not even a Democrat. And I have plenty to go around with my criticism of the Democrat Party. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit back and allow you or anybody else chastise Jasmine Crockett, who probably has been one of the most refreshing voices in the Democrat Party.
I hope you don't mind, friend, that I tag myself in. I got some things to say. Now, me and that content creator, we used to be mutuals. The first content creator. She and I used to be mutuals. I stopped following her because she was saying some things that would rub me the wrong way. She did something that really rubbed me the wrong way, and so I quietly unfollowed her. Now, she has a nice sized platform, and she is a voice for the left, the Democrats. She works hard in trying to get the information out to the people, but still, stuff she was saying and doing was just rubbing me the wrong way. And this, after watching that video of hers, I will be blocking her. Because what was the reason? What was the reason to call out Jasmine Crockett in her dancing video? Jasmine Crockett is one of the strongest, loudest voices in the Democrat Party. She is one of the hardest working House representatives in the Democrat Party. So what was the reason for you, Miss Ma'am, to call out Jasmine Crockett? There were so many other Democratic House representatives and in the Senate that you could have called out. What was the reason for you calling out Jasmine Crockett. We actively see how hard Jasmine Crockett works. We see her in those committee hearings being a voice loud and strong for the people. We see Jasmine Crockett on CNN regularly being loud and strong and being a voice for the people. We see Jasmine Crockett on different independent small platforms being interviewed by independent voices. We see Jasmine Crockett actively, loud, working hard for not just her constituents, but for all of us in the United States. And with all that Jasmine Crockett gives, she takes 5 minutes to do a dancing video to let her hair down, to rest, to relax. And you are so bothered by it. You think it's so inappropriate that you have to do a video calling her out. Just like my friend who I got your video from, I am inspired by Jasmine Crockett. I'm inspired by all that she does, including the dance video. What was the reason? There were so many other congressmen and women on the Democrat side that you could have called out by name. You could have called out Nancy Pelosi. What the fuck has she been doing? Chuck Schumer has been showing us how inept he is. John Fetterman has been dancing with the Republicans. You could have called them out. You could have called these 10 Democrats out. Why didn't you call them out by name? There were so many other Democrats that you could have called out by name for what you deem as inappropriate. You could have taken the time to call out the 53% of white women, your people. You could have used that time to talk to them. But no, you chose to call out by name Jasmine Crockett and her dancing video. What was the reason? Believe me when I say this, ma'am. Jasmine Crockett and the rest of the 92%, we don't give a fuck about what you deem as inappropriate.
With everything going on right now, especially in America, there's a lot of civil unrest. It's almost to the point where it's like a boiling point, where it's about to pop, where it's about to burst. Everyone is having civil unrest. It's like it's teetering onto something, but we don't know what it is yet, right? Everybody keeps saying, how could they do this? Why isn't anybody stopping anything? Like, what's going on? There was a Black woman that said, and I quote, "The reason why nobody is throwing the first stone is because they're waiting for Black people to throw it first."
Back in 2013, I was helping this young lady with her master's level course. I forgot exactly what she was going for, but I was helping her with criminology. She was paying me to do her paper. She got no less than B's, and professors are smart. They can tell if you write them. I had to throw some mistakes in there. Anyway, I ran across literature and some studies that pretty much recognized, if I could just put it in a nice little nutshell, that the Black man is the original archetype for what the criminal is in the United States. Think about how the Black male body has been thrown around the criminal justice system for so long. And obviously, as we know, that is also followed up by the Black woman. The aggressive Black man is followed by the hostile or angry Black woman. And historically, we have been the scapegoat for all things coming down to punitive actions. Glaring example that I know everybody can relate to, the war on drugs. So how does this relate to what we're talking about right now? Well, a couple of ways. Number one, it gives the existing government a clear conscience about enacting martial law. It's par for the course to enact with force and aggression and violence when Black people do something that's out of pocket. Again, we've seen this historically, even if it was civil disobedience. Look at Jim Crow and the Civil Rights Movement. I mean, again, seriously, look at the war on drugs and how many laws were changed and how many statutes were created. But the second and most dangerous and sinister thing that we have to look out for on both sides is that we're still not looked at as Americans. Because if you really get down to it, them waiting on us to go out to the front lines is a clear-cut sign that we are not worth the crash out. And on a very personal, deep level, as far as the community is concerned, that hurts. This nation, your rights, your children's rights, everybody involved is getting wronged right now. We love nothing more than to go out there and fight for them. But knowing that y'all don't fight for our children, our women, our men, our institutions, our culture, knowing that you don't fight like we fight for you, absolutely not. That's why this time around, it has to be white people that push the button. All right? You're going to have to fight for Americans. And Americans includes black people, Hispanic people, Asian and Pacific Islander. White people are going to have to be the ones that free themselves from whiteness. And that's just the end of the story.
What do you guys think of that woman literally calling out Jasmine's name? I feel like she wanted to be so slick. She thought people are not going to catch on, but she has forgotten how smart people are. These people are constantly attacking the black people who are calling themselves 92% because, yes, they truly know who they voted for. And they are so pissed that black people are not standing. Black people are not going through their own FAFO moment because they chose to vote the other way. They literally want them to voice how they want them to fight, which is the reason why I included the second video, because I can't agree with what that lady said, saying that these people are not throwing the fist because they're expecting black people to do it first. And even in the comment section of the auntie that stitched to her video, there were people in the comment section saying that they want black people to talk so bad. Like they really want black people to come out and fight. She wanted to hide a racist heart, coming like she cares about what is going on in the country, saying, oh yes, as a black woman, why are you allowed to be happy? Even though it's almost like our world is crashing. Why are you allowed to be happy? Why are you dancing? And she specifically called her name out. She's not the only Democrat. She called her name out thinking people are not going to notice. That is actually insane. She needs to get her community together before coming over here. We did our part. Stop projecting onto Jasmine because she's allowed to dance if she wants to dance. That dance video was not for 24 hours. It was just a few minutes. Why is she screaming her name in her video saying she's dancing? That's not what she's supposed to be doing. Who's benefiting from her dancing? Literally, come on. This one said, fact is, joy is an act of rebellion in this political climate. They want us beat down and submissive. Jasmine Crockett is one of the few standing up. Congresswoman Crockett, representing a black voice too well. That is how you know black excellence is to be feared, acknowledged, and respected. And people do not even need to do too much at this point. They are even making it easy for black people to cite them because, yes, the only thing this woman did was dance for a few minutes. Isn't she allowed to be happy? She's not the reason why it's not affordable. It's not appropriate for Donnie to be selling cars on the lawn of the White House. If you say the hard dancing video is not appropriate during this time, and then selling car at the lawn of the White House is what is appropriate and what is beneficial, because they need to pick a side. They need to pick a struggle at this point. 10 Democrats voting to censor rep. Green aren't a problem, but Jasmine dancing is the problem. Of all the names, she had the nerve to have Jasmine in her name, chastising her for a moment of joy. I follow the first creator, but I have noticed that she sees the glass half empty. She owes Jasmine and the Blacks an apology. What do you guys think about that video? What do you think about these people bringing their anger on other people because they can't choose to be happy right now because of the choices they made a few months ago? Now they are trying to make sure that other people who did not make the same choices as them is suffering as well, because they cannot just suffer alone. They cannot just be sad alone. They want to make sure the others are sad as well with them. What do you think about that in the comment section? I am going to see you guys in the next one.